Hi, I'm Dave Wax, the head of the data team of the Democratic Party of Lee County. You're watching VoteBuilder 101, a video training series for precinct leaders. In this lesson 1, you'll learn about how we use VoteBuilder, also known as VAN. In the exercises, I'll show you how to use your ActionID to log into VoteBuilder and find the key functions on the home page. So you may have heard about VAN. VAN and VoteBuilder were two names for the same thing. It used to be called the Voter Activation Network, got abbreviated VAN, and then got renamed VoteBuilder. So you'll hear us talk about VoteBuilder and VAN just interchangeably. It's a database maintained for the National Democratic Party. It's operated for the Democratic National Committee by a company in Washington called NGP VAN Incorporated. The DNC licenses VoteBuilder to each state Democratic Party. Here in Florida, the Florida Democratic Party licenses DNC VoteBuilder Florida to each county Democratic Party. And here in Lee County, the Democratic Party of Lee County uses the Lee DEC VAN, which we call VAN for short. Now, we use VAN for lots of things. First of all, we use it to recruit volunteers, and we will focus on that in these lessons. We're going to use it to identify supporting voters and voters who are undecided that we will try to get to support Democrats. We use it to encourage the voters we know will support us to enroll and vote by mail. And then we'll use it to ensure that our supporters vote in elections, especially the ones enrolled in vote by mail, but ones who are not. And that's called the Get Out the Vote effort, which will precede each election. In order to get into VAN, you're going to need to have an ActionID. It's a login code that's required to use any application that comes from NGP VAN. And that's not only VoteBuilder. OpenVPB, which we use for phone banking, is another NGP VAN application. Minivan, which is used for knocking on doors, is yet another NGP VAN application. They all use the same ActionID. It's based on your email address, and you should have already set it up. You should have gotten an invitation from VoteBuilder. You should have gone in and set up your profile, including setting a password and two-factor authentication. And if you had any trouble logging in, please contact the data team and we'll help you. Now, if you want to update your ActionID account, you can go to accounts.ngpvan.com, and there you can change your password. You could change your two-factor authentication, so you could change the phone that's used for authentication. You could also set up other ways to do it besides your phone. Now, each VoteBuilder user has a profile code. That code is associated with your ActionID, and it defines the privileges you have in using VoteBuilder. Volunteers who are using Minivan and OpenVPB use the letter codes B and C. They can get into VoteBuilder, but only in a very limited way. Number codes, the numbers 1 to 8, are used for precinct leaders and for data team members using VoteBuilder, and most precinct captains have profile 8. That gives you lots of privileges. You can create ActionIDs for your volunteers. You can create searches and voter lists. You can set up OpenVPB for phone bankers. You can cut turf and set up Minivan for canvases, and you can create searches and many, many other things, and we'll talk about those throughout these lessons. Now, the first exercise we're going to do is logging into VoteBuilder and taking a look around and seeing a few things you can do. So you're going to use your ActionID and password. You should have your phone ready for two-factor authentication, which you're often going to get. You should start by just directing your browser to votebuilder.com. You don't need www or HTTP or anything else. Just votebuilder.com should get you there. When you do that, you'll get to the login page for VoteBuilder. And you'll see right in the middle of that page, it says Login with ActionID. So what you'll do is you'll click on Login ActionID, and that will take you most of the time to a two-factor authentication request. It's going to send a text message to the phone number you entered in when you set up your ActionID, and it's going to ask you to enter the 6-digit code you get into the box on the page. It's always a good idea also to click on Remember this device for 30 days, which should reduce the number of times you get asked for two-factor authentication. So when you click on Continue, you will log in to VoteBuilder at the home page. And on that home page, the center of the page has some of the key items. So we're going to go look at some of the key items that are on the center of the page. Quick Lookup is one we're going to talk about in the very next lesson. We're going to show you how to use it. Then in subsequent lessons, we'll talk about how you create a new list, how you view your folders, what you do with those functions. Thanks for watching Lesson 1. In the next lesson, you'll learn about the information saved in VoteBuilder about every voter in our county. I'll show you how to do a quick lookup of yourself and see the key information VoteBuilder has about you and other voters.